Welcome to Grow Bio channel. In today's video, we're gonna see about endosymbiosis. Endosymbiosis. Endo means within, sym means with, and biosis means living. Endosymbiosis means organism living within another organism. This we call it as symbiotic relationship. And there is similarity between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Thus, endosymbiotic theory was first proposed by Lynn Margulis in 1867. She is from Boston University. She considered the similarities between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Here you can see the prokaryotes. It contains flagellum, ribosomes, nucleoids, cell wall and capsules. Similarly, this is the eukaryote plant cell. It has cell wall, mitochondrion, chloroplast, ribosomes, etc. The difference between prokaryote and eukaryote is the eukaryote has mitochondrion, chloroplast, and it has defined nucleus along with the endoplasmic reticulum. So question here is, how come these are formed? The answer is in endosymbiotic theory. Here you can see the cyanobacteria. It has thylakoid, cell membrane, phycobilisome, nucleoid, etc. The phycobilisome contains rubisco enzyme. The cyanobacteria is the photosynthetic bacteria. It gets ingested to the host bacteria and it forms into chloroplast. Similarly, this is proteobacteria, the aerobic bacterium. It gets ingested to host organism and it evolves into mitochondria. Cyanobacteria contributes for photosynthesis and proteobacteria contributes for producing ATP, the energy currency of the cell. Now we can see the journey of proto-eukaryote to the present eukaryote. Here you can see the proto-eukaryote, and after which the nucleus and endoplasmic reticulum forms. And when the proteobacteria approaches the anaerobic host bacterium, probably the archaebacteria, it gets ingested. It is like endocytosis. And then the plasma membrane completes ingesting the protobacteria and then it forms into mitochondria. Here you can see the cell membrane along the mitochondria. This is double membrane layered, and the mitochondrial outer membrane is from plasma membrane of host cell membrane and inner membrane is its own membrane. As time passes by, it loses its independency of living by gene transferring to the host nucleus. Certain important genome of mitochondria gets transferred to the host nucleus. Thus, it loses its independency and they replicate independently within the host cell membrane and they express their gene and produces protein for itself for their survival. And similarly, due to ingestion of aerobic bacterium, the proto-eukaryote can survive in aerobic environment, that is, it can tolerate the oxygen. At first, there is no oxygen in the atmosphere. Only when the plants evolve, the oxygen is produced in the atmosphere. So at first, only anaerobic bacterium were there. And when the proteobacteria gets into this host bacterium can survive also within the aerobic environment. And a single glucose can give only 2 molecules of ATP in anaerobic bacterium, but in aerobic bacteria it can give nearly 32 ATPs in the mitochondria. So nearly 38 ATP can be produced from one glucose. Similarly, when cyanobacteria approaches the host bacterium, it gets ingested into the host bacterium and it carries out symbiotic relationship by transferring some of its DNA to the eukaryote nucleus, and thus they lose the independency and they contribute in photosynthesis. They also replicate independently and then they can express their gene and also produce the protein for their survival. Thus, symbiosis with photosynthetic bacteria gives the photosynthetic ability, that is, ability to produce carbohydrate and oxygen when there is light, and at night it is consumed by the plant cell. Here you can see the endosymbiotic theory summary. The proteobacteria, which gets nucleus and endoplasmic reticulum, and mitochondrial is formed, and after which the cyanobacteria gets involved and chloroplast is formed. Here you can see the mitochondrial and chloroplast. Outer membrane is the plasma membrane of the host. When they get ingested, they form the outer membrane. And inner membrane is from the proteobacterium and cyanobacterium respectively. So the inner membrane has the capacity. In mitochondria, the inner membrane has respiratory chain proteins which produce the ATP. Similarly, in chloroplast, the thylakoids has reaction center of chlorophyll. So here the photosynthesis done. So here why not the inner membrane and why the thylakoids is considered? The thylakoids is produced by pinching off from the plasma membrane which formed into thylakoids. So in chloroplast, thylakoids has the efficiency. Thank you. If you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section below, subscribe and please press the bell button below. Thank you for listening.